Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to use some type of whey oil. I just use whatever you want. I use a paper towel to generously soak the wear ring. I want plenty of oil in there because it's going to be sliding. This is going to stay assembled and never be taken apart. So I'm going to do plenty of oil, probably more than we need, around that wear ring like so. And then we're going to take and drop it. Well, before we do that, we're going to take this plastic wear ring, and there's a groove inside here that it needs to fit in. So you're going to make a circle, drop it in, make sure it reasonably fits in that groove. It's okay if there's a little bit sticking up, but we basically want it in that groove. And then we're going to go face down, hold it with one hand, and we're going to drop this in with the other hand. If it doesn't slide down, we'll use our pusher. And at this point, back up, we're going to do some gentle tapping, or more firm. Okay, and you feel when it hits the bottom, you want to come all the way through. And in the process of tapping that through, you might have a little bit of plastic that comes off that sleeve bearing. That's not a problem. That'll just be disposed of. Not a problem at all. Okay, so that's in. Next, we're going to do the spring. And I forgot two things. A spacer. There's no threads on that. Oops, I did it wrong. We're going to do first the retainer, then the spacer, and then the threaded. Okay, you want to be real careful because these are all stacked in here. They could bounce off and hit your face or bounce out, but we're going to push them down into the cylinder, making sure everything's aligned. And I start getting the threads going till I feel them grab, because then I know I'm safe, that they're not going to come out. Okay? So we know the threads are holding it under pressure now. So we have this, the spring, the retainer, and then two tools, the threaded cap and the spacer. What I'm doing now is I'm looking in the hole for that retainer to come past. And to be honest, I wear gloves because these threads could cut your hand, so I'm real careful. Once I start seeing the bottom of the retainer go past, then I do maybe 2 or 3 more turns. And here's the trick that some people don't realize. You're going to give this a slight turn to relieve the pressure, and you're going to turn the threads till you see a hole. If you don't see the hole, you'll do another turn and more threads. There are the lines. This is where the awl comes in. It's going to go in and hold the hole. So it's not going to turn. The retainer is not going to turn. You're going to turn it enough so that it's perfectly centered in the hole. Once it's perfectly centered, then you're ready to put the screw that has the washer in it in. And you're going to go most of the way, but not tighten. Most of the way, but not tightened. I'm going to turn it over and see how the hole is. And sometimes they're not perfectly aligned, so I might need to go a quarter turn one way or the other to make sure it's centered. This one is sticking up a bit, so I'm going to come back till it's perfectly aligned. Stick the other screw in with the washer on it. The washer came off here. And again, these side screws, they're going to hold it so that it doesn't come out, because this stuff is under a lot of pressure. Once I'm confident that both screws are in most of the way, now you're going to unscrew, and there's no risk of it bouncing out. So we're going to take that out, because that was just used to get it in the right space. And we're going to pull the spacer out. Now I can tighten these a little bit more. Again, not He-Man tight, but just enough. Otherwise, you're going to compress the sleeve. and it won't screw right. Okay, so now you have the sleeve assembly, and in the next video I'll show you how to do the locking mechanism and the stickers.